Hey everyone, I am so excited because today on the Cardboard Herald, we are reviewing Spirit Island. Yeah, this is the amazing, cooperative, dynamic, and expansive game in which each player controls one of the spirits, the very manifestation of the elements themselves, wreaking wanton destruction upon all of the settlers and striking fear into the heart of any explorer that dares step upon their land. And you'll have a lot of fun doing it too.
In Spirit Island, the eponymous island is being assaulted by colonialists, as they do. Like a clockwork infection, explorers build towns, towns build cities, both spew out more explorers, and all of them ravage the land. It's up to you as the spiritual manifestations of the island, along with some scrappy locals, to fight for survival. Your victory condition is based on the terror level. At early stages of invasion, your foes are only vanquished if every invader is destroyed, but as you increase fear through a variety of effects, terror increases and your goal reduces to destroying all buildings to destroying only the cities. But don't take too long because ravaging invaders cause blight, which enough blight will cause you to lose. This tug of war between pushing up fear versus completing the current objective is a small example of the great strategic freedom you have in Spirit Island.
Every turn, players grow, gain income, play some cards, then throw the contraption into motion. And growth is the first great and agonizing decision that you get to make each turn. You see, each spirit has different growth options on the top, and that can be a bunch of different things like regaining the cards in your discard pile, or gaining new powers, or collecting extra energy or income this turn, or perhaps most importantly, putting these discs out on the board. These discs are like your sources of power because almost every ability in the game has some sort of range that originates at one of these influence discs. Some of them require 2 discs to be in a territory in order to use it or have it as its home base that it stretches and reaches out from. And furthermore, on each of the spirits, as you reveal locations in each of the tracks, you get bonus stuff. This in the top track is usually extra energy, your income that you collect every turn. And on the bottom track is increasing the number of cards that you can play per turn. Choosing which disc to place and where is key to shaping your capabilities in Spirit Island.
From there, you have your powers. Every spirit starts with a set of their own unique power cards, but more can be gained. Powers have all kinds of abilities ranging from pushing invaders or Dahan, your indigenous pals and their adorable little button huts, to adding more defense to outright destroying dudes on the map. Many powers also add fear, which earns you fear cards, helpful yet unpredictable events that become more potent as the terror level increases, and that terror level increases for every 3 fear cards you earn. Additionally, powers have elements listed on the sides, which, if you have enough of them in one turn, can buff up the effect of some cards or activate the awesome innate abilities of your spirit.
When grabbing some minor powers, you just draw 4, pick the one that works best for you, throw it in your hand, and boom, you're done. But not major powers. With those, you do the same thing where you draw 4, pick 1, but you must choose one of your existing major powers to permanently get rid of in order to forever shape your spiritual hand. One of my favorite moments in Spirit Island is when you finally decide to draw into these costly major powers. And while not all of them are going to be working for the strategy you're going for, as soon as you start looking at them, you'll be salivating at the destructive capabilities. Each one of these feels in their own way terrifying and wonderful.
Though all cards are played after growth, each power denotes whether it's resolved before or after the invaders do their thing. So there is a degree of programming, and yeah, you are locked into the cards you played in a turn, but like almost every other step, players have the flexibility to resolve effects in any way they want. Everything in this game smacks of empowerment.
So you've had some personal growth, you've played some cards, you resolved your hawk abilities, and now you get to resolve any fear cards. And now's the time where the mighty cogs start spinning.
During the Invader phase, the accursed Outlanders resolve 3 steps in terrains depicted on cards: Ravage, Build, and Explore. After flipping a new card for Exploration, the rest move down, so you can anticipate what ravaging and building you'll have to contend with. During Build and Explore, new construction and explorers begin to pepper the board, becoming more and more threatening, but it's that Ravage part that you really gotta worry about. During Ravage, in each matching terrain, invaders do damage equal to their health, 1, 2, or 3. If they do only 1 damage, hooray, you're in good shape, but 2 or more damage, they add a blight to the land, which is bad because blight on top of blight cascades, meaning you earn even more blight, and Ravaging kills local Dahan at 2 damage apiece, also bad. But surviving Dahan, they fight back, killing invaders. Managing and protecting these Dahan as your fighting force is key to the island's survival. Then finally, players wrap up their turn by resolving the turtle powers on any cards that they played earlier in any order that they choose, and then a new turn begins, and you look in dismay at the board at all the white pieces peppering it like an endless supply of ants too numerous to contend with. Or that's how it feels at first. The coolest thing about this game is what I'm calling the arc of empowerment, because in other co-op games, you tend to follow the same trajectory where it starts off mellow and then things start going downhill and it gets worse and worse and you get weaker and weaker. And not really in here. This is a game where even at the precipice of destruction, you feel like if you just gain a little momentum, a foothold even, that you can see it through. There's actually a breaking point about 2/3 through the game where you start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and you know if you just keep that ball rolling, you push a little harder, you'll be able to persevere. And if you win, it feels fantastic, and if you lose, all you're going to do is sit there and think about what you're going to do differently next game. It's exciting, and this game is all about giving you tools and challenges and empowering you to come up with creative solutions in order to face them. It's awesome. The other thing I love most about this game is how thematically resonant the spirits are. From river surges like sunlight who floods out colonies, displacing them to new territories, to shadows flicker like flame whose haunting abilities consume isolated invaders and drive up fear, to a spread of rampant green who overruns territories, protecting them with, well, it's rampant green. To frickin' ocean's hungry grasp here, whose tokens slide in and out of the coast like tidal waves, swallowing up any invaders who get too close to the shore. A lot of the joy in this game comes from the spirits themselves and tackling the puzzle from different directions, seeing what kind of cool combos you can make up by teaming up different spirits with one another. Though I will say that at 4 players, the sheer number of options at your team's disposal may get a little bit overwhelming, and if you have anyone in your group that's perhaps a little bit prone to taking a little bit longer in their analysis, then maybe sticking to 2 to 3 players max is the way to go. But if that joy of the interactivity of the spirits and the powers at your disposal were the only thing that Spirit Island had going for it, then the puzzle would grow stale over time. But no, not Spirit Island. No, this game ain't afraid of giving you all kinds of extra ways of turning the knobs on the puzzle. Each island has an alternate tougher side. There are blight cards that change up how blight is added to the game. Multiple adversaries can change up how invaders work both thematically and mechanically, with increasing levels of difficulty on each, mind you, and scenarios that present new and very challenging victory conditions. This game has no shortage of awesome mysteries to explore. Spirit Island is a big game, a vast sandbox with all kinds of interconnected systems to play around with. And while no individual decision is particularly complex, the overall consequences of your actions have rippling effects that it's a ton of fun to see play out. This is exactly the type of game that I love, one that feels empowering and challenging in all the best ways, and has you staying up at night thinking about all the possibilities of the next time that you play. Which is okay, because even if I don't have someone around, this is a fantastic solo game. There have been multiple nights where I was so hungry for the island that I chose to run through a few times on my own. The island scales in size. You don't have to manage a clunky dummy player, and while it can be brutally hard, the puzzle is just as satisfying. If you've never done solo gaming, this is a great place to start. But that isn't to say that it's for everyone. The sandboxy nature may be too overwhelming for some and too consuming for others, but I am completely in love with the game. Its systems, its themes, its empowerment, and yeah, It's spirits. And for that, the Cardboard Herald highly recommends Spirit Island. Alright, everyone, what did you think of our review? What do you think of Spirit Island? And what do you think of freaking sock puppets? Let us know in the comments below. And also, please be sure to do all the social media stuff. Like, subscribe right now, and share. It all really helps. And above all, once again, thank you for watching the Cardboard Herald. I've been Jack, and you keep on gaming.